Let's continue with part 6.
Sleep, my love. So much stronger you'll feel in the morning if now you just go to sleep. So close your eyes, my darling.
It's hard to breathe.
I know, sweetheart. But just close your eyes and sleep will come.
Miss Tan, when they died, where did my mother and father and big brother go?
I don't know, sweetheart. But wherever it is, it's someplace very, very beautiful.
Like Zanzibar?
Maybe so. So just close your eyes, my darling, and dream about Zanzibar. How I wish I had the answer for her. How I wish I had the answer to all the suffering in this life. I work, I sleep, and I work some more, and always I am praying, putting the pain in my writing, giving my love to the children, the lost ones, every last one of them. But it isn't enough. Nothing changes the suffering. Oh, dear God, show me a sign you exist. Dear Buddha, let me see you. Let me know your compassion, your power, because I need strength, God. I need strength. Not for me, but for Lynn. Why the endless suffering? Where is the everlasting remedy? I know in my heart there is one, but where is it? Won't you show me a sign?
I think we should stop for today.
Why?
What's going on?
Nothing.
Tan, it's my business to see things in people's faces. Something pretty serious is going on.
Lynn isn't getting any better. In fact, she's getting worse.
I'm so sorry.
I'm scared she's going to die.
Of course you are.
I feel my faith is faltering. I feel lost.
You know, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a painter. Art was my enchantment. But it was only a dream. So I grew up, I got practical, and I went to med school because my father was a doctor, but also because medicine was important, unlike, say, art. I met Rajiv, we fell in love, we got married, and we both started practicing. But then a couple years later, this little voice started waking me up in the middle of the night, telling me that I needed to be painting. I ignored that little voice, but it got louder, more adamant. And then one day I woke up and I simply knew that I had to go to Paris.
Paris? What did you think of that, Rajiv?
Absolutely opposed. Hated the idea.
So he stayed home. But I had to honor something that felt bigger than myself, Tan. A spirit, that little voice. I needed to go to Paris to study with the living masters of my art. Otherwise, I'd be betraying something in my soul.
You were very brave to go.
Honestly? Yes, I was. But let me tell you the best part. Yes, going to Paris, I became a better artist than I otherwise possibly could have been. But I became a better person. Tan, tell me what's wrong.
I don't know. I'm not a painter like you. I don't know what I am.
Well, you're a deeply spiritual woman.
I know it sounds blasphemous, but God and Buddha, they seem so far away.
My country, Tan, India,
India has been a crucible of suffering for centuries. We have struggled with your question more than most. Where is God in the midst of all this suffering? And perhaps because of that, very few wise masters have learned the answers to that elusive question and live to enlighten others.
Living masters? In India? I don't know if I will have the courage to go. You were very strong.
I had the courage to take the first step. That's all I had. Search high and low for a little love. Search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Charging into the ferocious wind, crossing the stormy sky. Search high and low for a little love. Search high and low for a little love. You've got to breathe the air of heaven. You've got to go where the wind blows. The bird rise with the sun, look into the heart of a flower and find God there. Search high and low for a little love. Search high and low for a little
Tom, that was Rolf on the phone. He thinks perhaps you should meet him at the hospital.
Is it Lynn?
Yes, it's Lynn.
Is everything okay?
You should go. Go now, Tom.
Dr. Reinhardt, please report to room 1003.
I couldn't save her, Tom. I'm so sorry.
No one blames you, darling.
It almost felt like she were ours. Our own daughter.
Yes.
Let's start our own family, Tom. Let's have our very own child.
That's a beautiful idea. There's something I need to tell you. I must go to India.
India?
Come with me. I feel it. It's my calling. I must go.
You're not thinking clearly, Tan. The way to cope with Lynn is to move ahead, not run away to India.
This isn't running away. What is a meaning in her death, her suffering? I must find out. Come with me, Rolf. You spent 10 years to become a physician. I'm only asking for 2.
No, my work. And I don't want you to go either. I need you here beside me.
I need your blessings for this.
You're asking for blessings from a man who has no faith.
That's not true. You said you believe in the power of love.
I believe in the power of my love for you.
Then how about this? That God loves us all. That if we love each other as strongly as that, we can conquer anything, even disease.
This is your path, Tom. It's not mine.
But it's our lives.
Oh, I love you, Tom. But my life is here.
Then I must go alone.
Please don't do this. I don't want to lose you.
I have no choice. When you come home, there will only be grass and flowers greeting your footsteps.
The garden sheds her evening dew. The house bows way down with loneliness, murmuring farewell.
Even if my heart was made of stone and my feelings all of brass, I would soften and melt as I feel the pain I left you. But beloved one, I can no longer stay in darkness, surrendering to ignorance and misery.
I know you've been suffering in golden bonds, longing to be free. I love you as I love myself,
Like my love for this great earth, its mountains and rivers.
I bow to you in awe of your deep love, but who knows when we will ever meet again.
Praised be the divine whose light guides my way and protects you in your lonely days.
Why were we born in this world of woe, where I must pine and where you, my love, have to taste sorrow?
Please lift your heart out of the blue web, so my mind will also be lightened when we are apart.
You're leaving, reaching for heaven above, vowing to level out all of evils in life.
One day I'll be enlightened, bring illumination to the world. I want to be together for eternity.
Though now we'll part, to walk two separate paths, who will protect the one who stays behind? Who will protect the one who goes?
I had no idea how mammoth a task this is until I actually got here and I realized this is not simple. The character Tan is a real character, and that is a huge responsibility for me because I know how revered she is. She's very passionate, and there's just this overflowing love coming from her, and I want to learn from that. She's constantly working and letting people know what's going to happen, what's happening in the world, and that's really brave. She's very funny and very calming as well. I heard her first in one of her lectures, and there's something very calming about her voice. I have this thing now every night that I would watch it before I go to sleep.
Has it been any different to that of preparing for other shows that you've been involved in?
There couldn't be more difference. Number one, because of the Supreme Master Ching Hai's poems. I've never had to write music to poems. And it's fascinating what she says. Sometimes I just was so fascinated reading something. I would think, what an interesting way to say that. Now I've got to be careful that I give some major musical attention to that line. I've never experienced this before, but I began to hear melodies as I would be reading her poems. And I thought, yeah, that has a nice flow to it. So then I'd write it down. It was very rewarding because finally when I would get to the end of a number and I'd look at it, I think, it's different from anything I've ever done, but I think I've done a good job on this. I never changed a word of her writings, and I hope I will get a chance to meet her while I'm here because I really admire her sincerity of the way she writes. And she's not afraid to say something very important. She'll put it right there in paper and words. And I've seen enough now where she's addressing people and talking. And there is a magic about her presence. It's in her poems when she writes, too.
It's not our words, it's rather louder our actions. What is going to be our legend in the long history of humans?
That song is like 12 songs to me because it says so much. It's overwhelming in the most beautiful sense of that word. There's just so much richness in the imagery that she chooses.
Fabulous viewers, we appreciate your company today for The Real Love, a musical that unites hearts, part 6 of a multi-part series. Please join us again next Tuesday, June 15th, for part 7